Welcome, guys. I'm right here. I'm over here. Hey, welcome to Repurposed My Way. I'm Shelly, and I have some furniture projects to work on today. This project was something that I thought up that I wanted to do last year. This is a table, a kid's table, and a kid's chair that I wanted to redo. Very dusty, dirty, been down here in the basement with all the work that we've been doing down here. They have gotten very dirty. So what I want to do is first clean these guys up and then sand. I need to sand these down. They're shiny. You probably can't tell through all the dirt, but it's shiny. There's a corner over there that has like a paint splotch or something. These all came from the free shack or the free area at my dump. But my thought today is that I'm going to do Alice in Wonderland on the top of this table. So I need to get it cleaned up, sanded, and then I'll be able to paint the bottom. And then once all that's done, I'll work on the top. And that's what I want to do with this. I'll show you a better picture of what this looks like. It's in the package because I don't want it to get all gross with me sanding before I use it. So let's get started with this furniture flip. This is how I first started. I had gone to a yard sale and I found a table, like a side table for a bedroom. It had a little bottom opening and a drawer in the top, and it was just a small square table. And I looked at it and I said, boy, I would love to redo this. And it had been in a barn, so it had like bird poop on it and it was all dusty, dirty. It was disgusting. And I think I bought it for $5, maybe $5 or $10 at this yard sale. And I snatched it up, brought it home, and I said, I had never done this before. I mean, yes, I painted, I wallpapered my house, you know, different furniture pieces for my house, but nothing like I was gonna sell it to somebody. I mean, that's a whole nother level. Went into my stash of paints and I said, what do I have for paints? And I wish I still had the picture of it, because it was a light green and an off-white, like just a off-white color. And I went with it and I did the whole thing, the green, the drawer on the front, I sanded down and did the off-white color. The top, I think the top was off-white also. And boy, it's hard to remember because it was many, many years ago. But that was really my first big project, and I put it on Facebook Marketplace to see if it would sell, and somebody snagged it right up. And I don't think I had very much on it because I didn't really think that, you know, anybody would really want it. I was like, really? But the lady absolutely loved it and wished I had two, and I wished I had two, but I didn't. I only had that one. So that's how I got started with doing furniture on occasion. I'm not a huge furniture painter like some people. That's all they do. I like to work in smalls mostly, but I do on occasion like to do the furniture pieces. Okay, so here's the paper, and it's got the white rabbit with his little timepiece there, and then you've got the gardens and the castle in the background, the roses and all that. So I thought that was a super pretty paper, and I think it could go for either a boy or a girl, so that's why I went with that one. There was some that were a little bit more girly, more pink in it, and I thought, well, if we want for a boy or a girl or both, maybe we should make it a little more neutral so it would go for both. Okay, so I've got this really nice dark gray. I don't have a lot of it, but I think it's enough to do a couple coats on the table. And then I have the two chairs actually. I think I said one, but I have two chairs. But I also have this really beautiful green. I think it's called fern green. I got this at the free area at my dump. Both of these actually, and I grabbed them because I always can use paint. So I really love this green, and I think this is going to go with the paper really well. Also, it's got a lot of greens in it, so goes nice with his jacket. So I think we're gonna go with the green, and I have a lot of it. This whole thing is full. So just reading the bottom here, it said manufactured at a Maine state correction facility. So they have these people that are in the jails build things, and this is something that they built in one of the jails. So I think that's kind of cool. Okay, I got the second coat on the table, and I got these sanded down and checked out. It looks like this thing was put back together. It looks like it broke, fell apart. I don't know what happened to it, but they had put it back together, and they used these braces underneath, and it's pretty darn sturdy. So I think they did a really good job. You can see the screws, but I'm going to paint it. It's going to be distressed anyway. This is a kid's table. You know kids. They're crazy. So this one, same thing. It's got some screws in it, but it's still very sturdy. I mean, if an adult was going to sit in it, I would kind of hesitate, but I don't know if an adult can get their hiney in one of these chairs. But anyways, we're going to start painting. Look at this. We're going to use some green. The same green that I used on the table, because I have a lot of it, and because I can. Green is a good color for boy or girl, so I'm not really, you know, I was kind of wanting to make sure that I did something for either or both. It's a good color, could work for both. Of course, I'm going to more than likely distress and wax and seal it up, and so we're going to make this look like it's aged and older than it already is. But I'm over here, the stove's right next to me, so it should get these so they'll dry really quickly. Put a coat of white paint on the top of my table. It doesn't have to cover completely. This is just, what is this? Folk Art 1 paint. All I want to do is have a lighter background. I mean, this is pretty light. I probably could have got away with not putting paint on it, but so I just need a coat to, when I put my decoupage paper on, it'll just make it so the details will pop a little bit better. It's a dark paper, so I wanted to lighten it up just a little. So I haven't tried this technique before, so what I'm going to do is use my Mod Podge, and I'm going to put it all over this table. Normally I would put the paper on in sections, but I want to try putting the Mod Podge on and then letting it dry and ironing my decoupage paper on. And I don't have another one of those papers, and it was very expensive, so let's hope I don't screw it up. this worked out pretty good. If anybody's wondering, putting the Mod Podge on, letting it dry, and then putting the paper on, it's worked out really well. It lays down really well. I don't have any wrinkles. I'm gonna get some crap from you guys, I know, because I've got the fold lines. I didn't get them out completely, so I don't know if you can see in this the way I have this, but it's they're still there, but we're gonna deal with it. And I have this palette that I've started of some colors that are in this. So what I'm gonna do is, because I have this whole outline all the way around, I'm gonna try to blend the colors and just make it look like it's coming out around. The only thing I don't think I have is like a yellow. So I'm gonna have to kind of mix some colors. That's why I have these. I should go see if I may have some yellow. I can't remember, but I should bring that down too. But what I'll do is I'll start like in these darker areas, because I know I have the dark green. So I have a bunch of different brushes. Guys, I had to, listen, I had to wash a bunch of brushes to do this. Like a bunch of brushes to do this. It's not my favorite thing. Oof. So anyway, I did that. So we're gonna start this and see if I can make this look blended all the way to the edges. Fingers crossed, let's hope it works.
I'm so glad you could join me for the Flippin' Furniture Friday collab put on by Shabby Meets Bling and OK at Home DIY. Make sure to check out the playlist down in the description box of all the creative and inspiring videos.
I like how that blends in really good. It works really well. So I'm just tamping this on because I kind of like the textured look of it. All right, look what I found. Found some yellow paint. I need it over here on this side. So I just put a little bit in the plate here. And I don't know, this is all just like playing around. I don't know really what I'm doing, but we're gonna put some yellow around here. I feel like Bob Ross, yeah? Bob Ross, I like Bob Ross. So I'm just gonna put a foundation of this yellow, basically, starting out. See what we can come up with here. So the one thing that I want to do when I blend the lighter colors into the darker colors is you take the lighter colors and you blend it into the darker colors. So anywhere there's lighter, you want to drag it down into the darker, drag it across, drag it up, drag it down, and then that just blends all the colors together. So we're going to take some antique wax and brush it on these chairs and give them an old aged look using the antique wax. Alright, I want to show you the difference between the two. This one has the antique wax on it. This one does not yet, so I just wanted to show you the difference in the two. This definitely looks older, makes the paint a little bit darker, a deeper, darker, old looking green color. So compared to this one. So I'm going to finish up the rest of the stuff on this chair, and then I'll move over here and get that done. I want to do the bottom of the table as well and get that sealed up. So the other cool part about doing this is you can see when I sanded with the sander how it has lighter spots where it didn't quite go all the way through to the wood, and it just kind of sanded off the paint. So this was the same thing, and this here was the same. You can see the difference. You can see like it's scuffed and a little lighter, and when you put the antique wax on, it just evens that all out and just sticks on there and just makes it all one cohesive color instead of all the different varieties of colors like from when you sand it. I don't know if I'm explaining it very well, but it I don't know, it just conditions it so well. I really like how it does that. So
I added antique wax around the edge of the table to match the chairs, and then I took 3 coats of polyacrylic and added those, each time waiting until they dried, and now there's a nice protective coat over the top. I hope you enjoyed my furniture flip. Don't forget to check out the playlist down below, and make sure to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already, and have a great day.